showing up tonight. It means a lot to us. First of all, it's great to be in Limassol. This is the first ever Cyprus Comedy Central open mic night in Limassol. Thank you so much for hosting us. Thank you for having us. It's fucking best place in Cyprus. Guys, first up, we will have Ersin. I'm probably saying this wrong. Ersin? Ersin? To start off the show. Give it up, please. Big round of applause for Ersin. Great guts to be here.
Hello, Limassol. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this evening's stand-up comedy. I'm sure you're going to have a great evening. Now, stand-up comedy has never really been my thing. I mean, I never dreamed that when I grow up I'm going to be a stand-up comic. But as you get older, things change in your life. You know, situations change, your body changes, your outlook on life changes completely. Let me give you an example. When I was a teenager, if I was to see a guy with his trouser flies down, I would kind of take a look, but turn my eyes away quickly because I'm embarrassed. But I'll take another look because I'm really curious. But then, as you get older and you're more mature, if I saw a guy with his trousers flies undone, I'd say, "Oi mate, you're flying low." But when you get to my age, in your late 50s, if I saw a guy with his trousers flies down, I'd go up to him and say, "What's the fucking wrong with you? You got arthritis in your hands, you can't pull your zip up. Come here, let me do it for you. Get your zip up. Anything pops out, what would I do? Stick it back in." But it's not just that changes in life. Many other things change. Like when I was young, my mum would say, "Always go to the toilet before you leave the house, because you never know when you're going to get caught out. You may need to go to the toilet, it may be dirty." So I think that stuck with me, because whenever I go out with groups of friends or to a party or anywhere with friends, I don't want to go to the toilet. I don't want them to know that I've just gone to do a pee or a number two, a poo, in particularly a number two. Because with a wee, you can go in, power pee, get it out really quick, come back, no one knows you're gone. When you're going to do a number two, you're in there, and it takes quite a long time. Well, for me it does, especially if you're constipated. I mean, you're straining there for hours trying to get this piece of shit out, and I'm extra nervous, because I think when I get back, they're going to know that I've gone to the toilet and done the shit. And the thing is, you're in there for about 15 minutes, maybe 20. You come back, there's always someone in the crowd. "Where have you been?" And I just went to the toilet, and then they go, "Are you alright?" What do you fucking think? Of course I'm alright, I just went to the toilet. So basically, I've got this thing, I don't want people to know what I've done. It's like when you get pregnant. You know, when you get pregnant, everyone knows that you've just had a fucking shag. You can't hide it, it's there. So recently, like I said, as I've got older, things have changed. I can't hold it as longer as I did when I was younger. So I was at my friend's house, and I realised I needed to go to the loo. So I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to go home now, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go to the toilet, I'll go when I go home. Get in the car, as I'm driving, I start getting these cramping pains in my stomach. Unbearable. I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, am I going to make it home? Then I start to let off a couple of farts, just to ease the pain. And it did, it eased the pain. But the problem was, it was getting to a stage where I couldn't fart anymore, because if I did, I'd shit myself basically. So I thought, you know what, I've got to put my foot down and get home as quickly as I possibly can. So I put my foot down and I can just see my house in the distance and I think, yes, I made it, you know, I'm going to get home. And then I look in my rear window and I see a police car flashing me and indicating for me to pull over. I'm thinking, oh my God, what the fuck am I going to do? I'm sitting there and I can see the police officer coming up to my side window and he's knocked on my window. He's put your window down. So I press the button and my window goes down and I think the smell of my fart must have hit him because he took a step back. And before he said anything, I am so sorry. I know I may have been going over the speed limit, but if you don't let me get home now, I'm going to shit myself. And you never guess what he did. He just went, as though he was fleeing, shooting flies off of a piece of shit. He was like, go like that. So I know now that I need to get home before I even, you know, I don't hold it anymore. I go wherever I am. But that's not the only thing that's changed in my life since I got older. Since I've got older, I thought to myself, you know what? My kids are all grown up, they've left the house, we used to live in this huge 4-bedroom house. We're going to downsize. I'm going to sell up and go and live in an apartment. So we move into our apartment. About 2 weeks after I moved in the middle of the night, I was woken by this thudding sound, like banging, and this screeching like, oh, 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 and it's thudding. And immediately I sat up in bed and I'm thinking to myself, I've seen the Netflix documentaries of men that batter their wives, partners that kill their partners, wrap them up in sheets and bury them somewhere. He's beating her up. What am I going to do? What, you know, how am I going to stop this? And I could hear him actually swearing at her. He said to her, I'm going to fuck the shit out of you. And I'm like, oh my God, he's going to kill her. And then it was thumping, and then all of a sudden it just went silent. So I thought, okay, everything's fine. Maybe I'll talk to her in the morning and see if she's okay, and we discuss it. The next morning, I see her outside. I said, Jane, I know that it's difficult to discuss things with people that you don't know. I just want you to know that I'm here for you. My house is a safe house for you. You can come to me whenever you need. There are support groups for women that are being battered. You don't need to suffer in silence, and I'm here for you. And she started laughing. And she started laughing, and I started laughing. I thought, I'm just trying to ease her pain now. Maybe she's shy. She turned around and said, we weren't fighting, we were making love. And I was like, oh. Actually, in my day, it was like wham bam, thank you man. There was no swearing, there was no banging. It was like in and out really quick. But what other things have changed? Music. Now music back in my day was Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive. This was the song for all the women telling their men to get out, go, walk out the door, I will survive. And all the men were singing songs like, everybody just kung fu fighting. And all the men in the discos were doing all these moves to the kung fu fighting songs. Whereas nowadays, music has changed. It's all this rap stuff. You know, like this 50 Cent talking about taking someone to a candy store to lick the lollipop until they hit the spot. I mean, what's that about? It sounds like a bloody paedophile to me, if you ask me. But there is one song that I really, really love. Now, it's a rap song, and it's pretty rude, but the thing is, the chorus is so catchy. It's like, you sing it, and you don't really realise that you're singing it. Now, in it, I will sing it for you. It's rude, but there you go, what can you do? Now, pussy, for those of you who don't know, means vagina. And crack means bum. pussy and my cat, my cat, my cat, my pussy and my cat. And literally, it's so catchy, you start singing it as you're going along and you don't even realise that you're singing it. So I think that's all I've got for you guys tonight. Thank you for listening.